series had no chill for the last 5 episodes at all. It was just like banger after banger after banger. It's wow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Will, and welcome back to another review here on the channel. This is going to be my spoiler review for the second half of X-Men 97. This is going to cover episodes 6 through 10. This is a spoiler review for X-Men 97, so if you have not watched any of the episodes yet, they are all available for you to watch on Disney+. So definitely make sure you check out the series. It is not only probably the best X-Men series or movie or television that we have gotten to date, damn sure one of the best things Marvel Studios has done in the last couple of years, and from just an overall scope of things. It's like hard to say something is perfect, but this is damn sure close to it. Just fair warning, I will be talking about some spoilers from the last 5 episodes of the season, as well as mostly probably focus on the 3-part finale of season 1. What are some hopes I have for season 2? Probably take the next 10-15 minutes gushing over this series the way most people have gushed on it online. If this happens to be your first time checking out one of my videos, hi, my name is Will, and I do geeky stuff on the internet. Reviews, reactions, discussions, some gaming, some drinking. I just like to have fun, and I hope you do as well. If you happen to enjoy this video, or if that happens to be something that piques your interest, and you like to hear from a geeky bear like myself, then please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's just jump right into talking about X-Men 97.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! There!
This video will cover the second half of X-Men 97. I did a spoiler review for the first half of X-Men 97 that is on the channel. You're more than welcome to check out. But this is going to cover Life, Death Part 2, Bright Eyes, and the 3-part finale, Tolerance is Extinction. I think that is the name of it. Yes, it is. So X-Men 97, to be completely honest with you, when it was first announced, I didn't have a high bar for it. This was created and showrun by Bo DeMaio. He was the showrunner for season 1 of X-Men 97. He was fired by Marvel Studios before the release of X-Men 97, and to this day, I don't know if we're ever really going to get an answer as to why, but his work and his team's work speaks for itself. This series is fantastic.
Say that again?
Not Fantastic Four, is fantastic. Probably the best depiction I've seen of the X-Men. The original X-Men animated series for its time was definitely groundbreaking. It was definitely geared toward kids, but it also didn't shy away from the core issues that made the X-Men such popular characters for people of any minority group at any given time throughout history, because they are allegories for oppression, for dealing with issues of genocide and profiling, and it knew the mission, it knew the story, it knew what it had to do, and it excelled in it to a high caliber. I can't really say anything bad about it, especially these last 5 episodes, because episode 5, which was Remember It, which saw the death of Gambit, I thought, where is this going from here? They had 5 episodes left, and to admittedly say there was no chill since those episodes, all the way up through Tolerance is Extinction, it's insane that it delivered on such a high quality of storytelling, of performances by the voice actors, of animation. It's insane. Life, Death Part 2, where Storm finally gets her powers back, and that wonderful scene where she dons her original outfit, to Bright Eyes, where we see the fallout of Gambit being killed and Rogue's mental state at the time, her aggression, her anger, all the way up to the reveal of Bastion, who is the main villain of the series, as well as Tolerance is Extinction, the 3-part finale, where we saw the Prime Sentinels, which are basically humans who were turned into like living Sentinels. being unleashed on the populace and the X-Men and having to try to survive that assault while also teaming up to assault not only Bastion in a stronghold, but have to deal with Magneto, who was freed from Bastion's restraint and decided to wage war on humanity because of what happened in Genosha, basically going back to his full arc. It's hard to even say he was a villain because just like the senator said in the episode, Magneto was right, and he absolutely was. And the return of Charles Xavier from his chilling out with his Shi'ar love interest to having to deal with the ramifications of the fallouts of his decision and his past decisions, it's been nothing more than excellent watching this series. The amount of comic book arcs and stories that were shoved into 10 episodes but still don't feel bloated, it's stupid good, because you got everything from Wolverine's adamantium being ripped out by Magneto to Jean versus Sinister, Storm regaining her powers, teasing of Onslaught, teasing of future events, Apocalypse, Four Horsemen. It's just...
Those aren't even words.
And another thing that really makes the series, for me, work on such a multifaceted level is that you didn't have to necessarily go back and rewatch X-Men the Animated Series. I didn't. And yet, granted, I do have a good foundation of knowledge on some of these more non-mainstream or non-adapted storylines from X-Men lore and comics. But I also haven't really watched X-Men the Animated Series since I was in high school, to be completely honest with you. And to even be even more honest with you, I was more of a Spider-Man the Animated Series fanboy. So color me surprised when you got to see Peter Parker and Mary Jane in the finale. And the fact that after that finale's finished, he actually found her again. So, holy shit.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
It's so much that was done well, not only in the last 5 episodes, but the series in general. The characters were fully fleshed out. They were complex. They were challenged. Their evolution from when we first see them to where we see them at the end of the season is completely satisfying with, you know, what that means for season 2, because I'm pretty sure it's getting season 2. The characters were all well done, and some of them got so much rehabilitation in the eyes of probably casual people in this series alone. Characters like Cyclops, who for the longest time was just like a sub to Wolverine in most of the adaptations we saw in live action, he really was able to be put in the forefront and be shown to everyone, and for a lot of diehard Cyclops fans, why he is the leader, why he is really good, and why he is such a good character as well. And another point to that, Jubilee got time to shine throughout the entire season. And that's more than Jubilee got in any live action adaptation that we got. Her powers evolved through the series. She was a good companion for Roberto and his development and his eventual acceptance of his, not only his mutant powers, but of himself, and having to go through the pain that he had to deal with his family. Like, the characterizations of everybody was done so well. The roster change-ups throughout the season allowed for fan favorite characters to come in and go where they saw fit. Using Morph in the way that they used him as more of like a little bit of levity, but also having his own trauma with Sinister, but as a factory, as well as being the cameo machine through some of the scenes where he would transform into certain characters. I mean, he turned into the Hulk, which I thought was really dope. I love how all the characters, especially underutilized characters throughout animation and live action adaptations, really got a chance to shine. More so the live action adaptations, because the animation ones have usually always been good. I mentioned the cameos of like Peter Parker and Mary Jane that we saw in the finale episodes, because of how when Magneto shut down the world, basically, how it affected the entire world. We got to see cameos from Spider-Man, from Silver Samurai. We got to see Captain America interact with Rogue. We saw Iron Man in the finale as well, Doctor Strange. I love how the cameos didn't feel like, oh, why are they there? It makes total sense because of the world that they live in. It was just really cool, and it's a really nice nod to show the animation universe is just as vast as what they've developed with the MCU, and it really brought a lot of those disjointed series from the 90s into a full connected universe in one fell swoop, and it was just really well done. I like that even though Bastion was the main puppeteer or puppet master of Sinister, and as well as all the events that took place in the season, he still wasn't necessarily the true enemy to the mutants. It's still humanity. Humanity's fear of them, their misunderstanding, their prejudice towards them. The fact that they implemented the Magneto Protocol while the X-Men are trying to save them, and they're willing to cause their own deaths just to try to take out mutants, and it's just stupid, and it really kind of puts what Rogue said to Captain America and Bright Eyes to like, hey, you're cool with saying that you're with us, but if you're not standing with us, you're not really with us. And I'm paraphrasing them because I haven't gone back and watched the episode. Sorry, life, been busy. I'm interested to see what the ramifications are for season 2, especially with the fact that a lot of them, most of the team is presumed dead because of what happened. Magneto able to have his mind repaired by Charles, even though Charles is the one that f***ed up his own mind, having his mind repaired enough to stop the asteroid from falling, but also the asteroid and everybody on it just got blinked out of existence, and we come to find out with the last few scenes that most of them were sent back to 3000 BC to ancient Egypt, where they encounter En Saba Noor, who is Apocalypse, to Jean and Scott being sent to the far future, where they actually get to see their son Nathan, who ends up being Cable, who they said their goodbyes to before. Still no word on what happened to Wolverine and Morph. Or Storm, actually, to be completely honest. And I do like the fact that Morph basically confessed his love to Wolverine, who was still healing after having his adamantium ripped out. So it'll be cool to see him with Bone Claws in season 2. Setting up that sort of thing, but also having to deal with Forge and Jubilee and Sunspot, who were still on Earth, having to figure out how to help them. And that's when Bishop rolls back in the finale, and it's going to probably set up with some time travel shenanigans for season 2, which is very exciting, considering the fact we get to see in the post-credit scene, there is a post-credit scene, because Marvel Studios is going to Marvel Studios, where we see Apocalypse in present day at Genosha basically finding one of Gambit's cards and teasing the fact that he will be one of his horsemen, most likely the Horseman of Death. But so much teased for season 2. Pretty sure season 2 is happening. But especially with this series doing so well, from everything from the writing to the direction to the characterization, the animation, the action in the series was top notch. It's just really freaking good. And that's fine for me to say. It's really fucking good to say. It does make me want to see a continuation of Spider-Man the Animated Series. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I will keep fingers crossed for that. It's a dope series. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff because I am really paraphrasing a lot of the spoilers that happened in there. I love the tease when Rogue assaulted the base looking for Gyrick. And she runs into Thunderbolt Ross, and he's like, "Oh, this base was built to keep the Hulk. Some little girl's not gonna." And she just busts in and just wrecks shop. It's so f***ing cool. And her fight with Bastion in the finale was really dope. I like the spat between the team and Magneto, Rogue, and Nightcrawler. I really like that spat as well. God, there's so much to like about this series. There's so much that's just been so well done. It shows that you can do something like this You can stay true to it. You don't have to shy away from, uncomfortable conversations for your casual fans. You can tell the story the way it was meant to be while still having some levity, but not to the point of downplaying the serious moments. And that's one thing I think that the series does really well, that a lot of latter half MCU movies got a little too jokey. I like the jokes, but I also can recognize that some of the jokes underplayed a lot of serious moments that never got a chance to just breathe and be serious. And whenever this comes into live action, this should be the blueprint of how to do it. Like, you have to do it like this. It doesn't have to be a carbon copy, but you definitely have to do it like this. The fact we got to see Phoenix pop up, I love seeing Cable go up against Jean, Emma surviving Genosha, Nightcrawler being a fucking badass. So well deserved. His speeches, his eulogy, his general demeanor. I love the series. It's fucking great. And I highly recommend checking it out. So I don't want to make this video 25 minutes long. So anyway, make sure you check out X-Men 97 if you haven't. If you've been a fan of the X-Men, even in the movies, this is probably going to make you realize the movies just really dropped the ball on a lot of stories. But this is probably the truest depiction of these characters I have seen in any form of media besides what you read on the page. It was produced wonderfully. It was directed wonderfully. The animation, this should be kind of the benchmark for a lot of their animation going forward. Let me know anything I didn't really talk about in the comments down below. Again, I was trying not to make this a long video, but I'm sure it's probably 20 minutes long. Make sure you check out X-Men 97. Thank you so much for checking out this and all my videos. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you were new here and this happens to be your first time checking out one of my videos, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you will subscribe to the channel. I am aiming for 1,000 subscribers this year. Can't get there without you. I'm trying to get back into a regular swing of things. Like I said, a video will be coming out soon to explain that. I'm sorry, but I appreciate each and every one of you for checking out these videos and hanging out with me. It means the world to me. So you can follow me on a lot of different social media platforms listed at the end of this video. I've got a ton of videos on this channel you're more than welcome to check out. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, until next time, I will catch you later. See ya. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.